Welcome to the Fantasy Cycling Podcast, featuring your hosts, Grant Gardner and John Anderson. Chapeau, you're in the mix.
You're in the mix.
Are you going to do that every time now?
No, please leave that in. Welcome back to the Fantasy Cycling Podcast. Follow us on X and Instagram handle. Listen to FCP.
That's the number 2.
The number 2.
Yeah.
First in your hearts, 2 in the title.
Sure.
I don't know what I'm saying. Dude, you're just bragging on yourself. Big day for you.
Pretty good result. I haven't had a good result in a while. Scheldeprijs over in the Netherlands and Belgium today. The kind of last cobbled classic ahead of Roubaix, which really not the main Roubaix protagonists are going to be participating in this. It's more of a sprinter's day. But Tim Merlier got back in the win column.
Oh, yeah, I see that.
And
Bittner.
Pavel Bittner was up there, but there was a crash with Dylan Groenewegen.
Did you have him on your team?
Yeah, he's been on fire lately.
Groenewegen.
But
he's on fire. He's back on fire.
Yeah. What were his recent results? I feel like he's won a couple of things here lately. He's riding for Unibet Rose Rockets now. He's not on.
That Instagram team.
Yeah, exactly. So recent results for him. He won the Coxside Classic, the Jean-Pierre Monzère Grand Prix, and Ronde van Brugge. So he's on a roll of 3 straight wins, but he had a crash today.
On a hot streak.
Yeah. So I think he would have been on the podium, but he was.
Hey, it's not bad. I mean, Philipsen was in this race too. I mean, it's a good win for Merlier.
Yep. So my final result, I was 105th.
Dang, Grant.
Yeah. And that was my only shortcoming really on my team was
Groenewegen.
Yeah.
What could have been?
Oh well.
Such is life.
Yeah. But besides the classics action, we've had some exciting stage racing this week.
We've had the Itzulia of Basque Country.
Yep. The
shout out to friend of the show, our friend Matt. Big Basque guy.
He's the only Basque we know.
Yeah, big Basque fan. And honestly, a really good.
It's in the blood. He's a good rider.
He's a good rider, and he's really good at fantasy cycling picks too.
Yep,
better than me, I will say. Yeah, I mean, but before I feel like we're kind of burying the lead. We need to do a little bit of a recap of Flanders because that was our main topic of conversation last time we met, and we felt like a gravel race, Grant. Very attritional. The strong men lasted until they couldn't, until there was only one strong person left standing.
Yep.
It was Poggy.
As most predicted, Van der Poel gave it the old college try, but just wasn't enough. And what did you think about Remco? Smart racing, bad racing.
I think it's really good that he was there.
Yeah.
Like we gotta have more of that. We're gonna have more of that participation. These guys can't all, show up to some races and
ride for second every time.
Yeah, and skip. Like just get going, get in the game, and participate, and just go head to head. Don't try and cherry pick and not show up to a place where Pog's not going to be, and get your results. So I felt like a podium for him, as good as his first time riding it.
Yeah.
I think it showed some maturity actually to show up and ride it. And the crowds went crazy when he finished. So I thought it was great. I mean, I thought he rode well. He really he gave it everything.
Was that like the hardest time trial ever?
I mean, you cannot accuse him of holding anything back.
Yeah. I bet
because didn't he almost bridge at one point, and then
that was
very closely.
That was so brutal. He was probably like 5 bike lengths away, and Pogačar just looked back and then turned it up a notch, and he was gone. And I'm sure that was so demoralizing.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, this is the era, and I think you're going to miss out on a lot of your own lore and your own at bats if you just try and avoid Pog.
Yeah,
show up to these. He's good. He's a really good classics rider. So I like that he was there, and I picked him. I mean, I had all of the podium. I think most people did, though. You really
well. Only 18% picked Remco.
Really?
So
you're right.
Pretty much everyone had Pogačar and Van der Poel, but more people had Van Aert than Evenepoel. So,
which I had all. Did I have all 4 of them? No, I did not. That's not possible. It was on my team. I had Laporte. Sorry, I got a little wigged out there. Big whiff. I was really hoping for like a dark horse showing from Josh Tarling, and he DNF'd. I don't know what happened to him. Do you?
No, I do not. But I do want to give a shout out to our friend Matt again, because he was 37th in this race on the Cycling Fantasy app.
Yeah.
So Matt had
good job, Matt.
Pogačar, Van der Poel, Evenepoel, Laporte, Stuyven, Florian Vermeersch, Gianni Vermeersch.
I like that.
Casper Asgreen and Mate Mohoric. So the only goose egg there was Asgreen, but everybody else scored points.
Yeah.
So that's good enough for 37th. I think he was only missing, if he had somebody different than Asgreen that scored at least a point, I think he would have finished in the top 10. So that's crazy.
Mohoric with that, a value pick. I've tried taking him in the spring season. I've had him on a few other teams. Those Vermeersch brothers are great value. Laporte's great value.
They're not brothers, but they do have the same last name.
Sorry. I'm getting them confused with the Van Dyke brothers.
Yeah.
AKA the Step brothers.
These actually probably are more likely to be step brothers than the Van Dyke brothers. The Van Dyke brothers are actually biological brothers.
I know. But they remind me of the movie.
I know.
Yeah, Jasper Stuyven is good value. That's how you win these.
Yeah.
Fantasy.
If you actually knew what you were doing, that's kind of how you do it.
Tim Van Dyke. I mean, everyone's been loving Tim Van Dyke. I've got him on my skipping ahead a little bit, but I've got him on my Roubaix team.
That was, I guess that's a lesson for all of us, is stick with your picks. Sometimes we give up. You're like, I haven't seen anything from this guy the last couple of races, even though I kept picking him. Then you give up on him, and then he scores points. So in this one, both the Vermeersches were there, and we've seen them go well in the classics so far. Obviously Laporte, all the bigger names, Stuyven, but all those came to fruition here in the first cobbled monument of the Holy Week. So stick with your picks. Don't give up just because. At
one point, Mohoric was like fantasy gold. I mean, that was just like 4 years ago, and he's only 200 credits. This was actually his best. Was this his best result ever in Flanders? I think it was. Where did he finish? 8th?
Yeah, it is. So he's gotten a couple of DNFs. He was 21st.
Top 25s. Yeah.
25 and 22. So, his best result.
Yeah. And Stuyven has been like a classics kind of name brand, long in the tooth now at the ripe age of 33. And everybody else is a young whippersnapper in comparison. Well, Gianni's 33 as well. So yeah, that is a good lesson, Grant. I don't know. I haven't really hit a hot streak yet on this season. I need to get to the Giro.
Yeah.
Get the Giro.
Hopefully I can carry my Scheldeprijs result into the weekend. Yeah. But before we get into Roubaix and this weekend, we've got to talk about the young phenom over at Itzulia, Paul Sexas. So won the opening time trial, handedly over Primož Roglič and other great time trialists. And then mogged everyone on the mountain stage the next day.
Absolutely.
Went ahead by
crushed him.
Was that 151 maybe, I think is what I remember.
He's got some racecraft, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And he descends really, he does everything really well.
Yeah.
Time trials really well, paces well. He's got some good race instincts, some good racecraft, descends well. It'd be interesting to go back and look at what Pog looked like at this age. And
yeah,
he's not Pog level yet, but in the years to come, I think he
all the potential's there. Yeah. And he's a little deceptive. Like, he's so slight of frame. Like, you don't think that he's going to have the power or be as an imposing of a time trialist. Yeah. But he's got all the pieces. And he's only 19. So,
everyone's I was on a group ride, yesterday afternoon, and, the comment was made, like, we're just, he's doing similar things to what Pog does, but it's just someone new.
Yeah. So it's more exciting.
So it's like everyone's talking about it and refreshed about it. I was like the one, I kind of spoke up and I was like, I still like it when Pog does Pog things.
Yeah.
I'm not taking it for granted. I do like to see a race with more parity, but it's just fun to think about what's possible with the future and to have to see someone maybe surpass or come up to his Pog's level.
Yeah.
In the years ahead. I think maybe a lot of people are getting behind him because they're just tired of Pog and they want somebody to be a competitor, but he's not likely to be. We talked about this last week. You shared what the current published race plan program is for him. And they obviously don't have him on any Grand Tours right now, do they?
No.
Some speculation
that might have just been a chat where we were talking about it, but he's gonna.
I think it all blurs. Yeah, I don't know if we're recording or not at this point.
So he's going to do Flèche Wallonne and Liège-Bastogne-Liège. So he'll square up with Pogačar and some other big dogs there. He's already raced against Pogačar and Strade Bianche and was second.
Mm-hmm.
So this will be the next test. There are no Grand Tours on the schedule yet. I think they're trying to not burn him out. I think if he does do one this year, it'll probably be the Vuelta. That would probably be too much pressure for a 19-year-old French phenom to do the Tour de France this year in his second World Tour season. So I don't think that's going to happen, but I'm sure the French fans are anxiously awaiting that debut.
Mm-hmm. It's not really a secret. 92% of people took Paul.
Yeah.
So even though he's only 400 credits, you're not really kind of getting ahead. I think most people are hip to it at this point.
Oh, he's definitely going up to 600 credits after this race.
The real question is, when does Primož Roglič become cheaper?
How much is he? 1,000?
He's still 1,200.
Wow.
He's got 82 fantasy. He's the next highest fantasy point score currently in Itzulia. Skelmos, 800 credits, 6.5% of users took him, 73 points. I'll tell you the biggest dud. Should we talk about Ayuso?
Oof. Yeah.
And how terrible he's been.
Looked pretty bad in the time trial. And then unfortunately crashed out of the race. And then Del Toro crashed out of the race today too. Breaking news. I didn't know if you knew that.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Well, there goes my team.
So disappointing from those two young guns that would have been the main challengers to success. But today, Igor Arrieta, who is the teammate of Del Toro, was second. So I think he's another talented young rider on that team. He's 23. So he's got a big opportunity to step up now that Del Toro is sidelined.
Kevin Vauquelin, looking good.
Yep. Started out with a good time trial. Florian Lipovitz looking good. Skelmosa. And then, of course, the wily vet, Izaguirre.
Yeah, he's looking strong. Looking very, comfortable in some very uncomfortable looking situations. I think he got 6 today. Oh, he got 6 points. Where did he finish?
He was 7th today.
Okay.
And he won the Gran Premio Miguel Indurain over the weekend.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah. He was 7th on stage 2. He was 19th today. Yeah, he's looking strong.
Another, if we're looking at young talents, Alex Baldon, 6th right now on GC, young French rider for EF. And then also have my eye on Markel Baloki for EF. He's a Spanish rider as well. So
look at little Andrew August.
Yeah, he's having a good race too.
Yeah, he's doing well. Who is this guy that Yanni Vassard? He DNF'd, Swiss rider for Tour de Pro. A lot of people took him. 25% of users took him.
I think they took him based off his time trial ability, hoping he would do well on stage one. Yeah.
Yeah, that old tactic that I was talking about earlier on in the season on one episode. Find a youthful time trialist for 200 credits and
hope he gets you some points early. So, no, that was a good strategy, but unfortunately he is out of the race.
DNF'd. Well, do we want to look ahead to this coming Sunday? The Hell of the North?
Yeah. Enough of that talk about early season stage races. Yeah. Paris-Roubaix this weekend.
Paris-Roubaix. Which, after we just gassed it up,
say what you want to say, John.
After we just glazed Paris-Roubaix, I will say, low key, it's
the worst race to pick of the season.
Yes.
It's just
a roll of the dice.
Yeah.
Except for one thing, I think Pog's going to win this year.
You basically can pick Pogačar and Vanderpoel and then just throw a dart at the start list.
Just pick your favorite. Yeah, just pick your favorites. Just pick people you like.
It's all vibes. Yeah.
Just pick your vibe. That's basically all I've been picking all night. Whose kit do I like the most?
Yeah.
No, all seriousness, there's a tremendous amount of chance. Grant, perhaps you could do a little bit of introduction to folks that are new to watching professional cycling or new to playing fantasy cycling. But this is probably the most chaotic and dangerous race of the season.
Yes.
The riders will ride through a course that is marked with a series of gravel sectors that range in difficulty and dangerousness. Usually people and are filled with lore. There's a lot of lore about this race. You can go online, you can watch YouTubes and documentaries on it. It's a very historical, beautiful, legendary race.
Yeah.
The cobbles range in difficulty. Some of them have huge gaps in between them, and usually media folks and people on X are watching the weather closely, wishing and praying for rain, because if it gets muddy out there, there's going to be images of just people that look like they just are in trench warfare.
Yeah, basically.
So the course, Grant, it's not a hilly course.
Yeah,
it's a hard course.
The interesting thing about this race is it's probably the hardest single day of the year, but it's very flat. And the difficulty comes from the cobbled sections. There's 30 cobbled sectors, or sectors as they're called. And like you said, varying difficulty. They're usually starred in terms of their difficulty. Right. So 1 star up to 5 star. The hardest ones are going to be like going through a rock tumbler. The easy ones are your like sidewalk resort cobblestones.
Like the roads we have around here.
Yeah.
With potholes.
Yeah. Really, that the race develops through all those sectors, and one of the most exciting sectors, and really where the race kicks off, is the Arnberg, and it's a very long, straight section with very difficult cobblestones. They've actually tried to decrease the speed going into the sector over the last few years with different routing and different things. But
that's right.
You're kind of going downhill into it.
Did they keep the little loop-de-loop thing that they had them do a couple years back?
They keep evolving it. We'll see what they do with it this weekend. But that one is usually carnage. I mean, you see broken carbon wheels, all kinds of crazy stuff.
Yeah.
So you want to try and get out of that one at the front of the race.
It's like a typical Friday ride around here.
Yeah, a trample. So that you get ahead of it and are not caught behind those cobbles. And then, or caught behind a crash on the cobbles. And then varying levels of different sectors come after that. Mons en Pavel and a few other ones are real historic, like you mentioned. And then by the time they get to the end, pretty easy stuff. And then they finish in a velodrome in Roubaix. If you want to get a lowdown on all the sectors, yeah, definitely check out YouTube videos and whatnot.
Yeah. Positioning is going to be incredibly important. Good teammates, good equipment. You can deep dive into all the tech for the year. There's always some kind of tech that's being rolled out, or a lot of improvisations to tech and mods to the gear that the riders are riding. It's just a great race, but incredibly difficult to pick, because you're going to have a lot of people that DNF. The start list, Grant, I don't think we've got a full start list yet, but I mean, we know all of the big names that are going to be out there. Give us just like a quick look at the top competitors and maybe the teams that are going to be most ready for this.
Yep. So Pogačar will be here for only the second time. Van der Poel is back. He's going for his 4th straight victory, which is incredible. Mads Pedersen, hopefully he's in good health.
Always the bridesmaid.
Yeah, he's a very strong rider at this race. And the crazy thing about this,
he's been incredibly consistent on it.
The crazy thing about this one is, if the day goes right for him, he could easily win. Unlike Flanders, where there's no way he's going to beat Pogačar in the form Pogačar was at over the weekend. But this one, it's like there's enough unpredictability that if he gets in the right move, he could easily win. The same thing could be said for Jasper Philipsen or Wout van Aert. Looks like Alpecin is going to have Philipsen and Van der Poel again, which they have finished 1-2 in this race before. Other riders for Visma, you've got Matthew Brennan, who seems to fit this profile, but we haven't seen him actually come up to the test yet, so we'll see if he can handle the cobbles. Same thing for Jonathan Milan. I think he's done this race a couple times.
I don't think either of those two guys are going to be too hot on these cobbles.
Yeah.
The reason Van der Poel was so good on it is because of how important that mountain biking and cyclocross background is for handling this course. He just doesn't lose time in the minute details of a line that he chooses or a way he takes a corner. He just is. He's not expending the same amount of energy as someone like a Milan or, I would say even, a Pog is spending. He's just got that. That's the edge that he's got. That's why he's won the last 3 times. Who else we got?
Yeah. So I think a big benefit for Van der Poel this year will be he has Florian Seneschal, former Quick Step rider, he's done this 10 times, and he's going to be a domestique for Van der Poel. So I think that's an interesting wrinkle this year. He's not going to have Johnny Vermeersch, who was his domestique in several Roubaix. He's going to be with Red Bull this year, who has Lawrence Pithy and a few other contenders. If you're looking at previous performance, I think this is going to be John Degenkolb's last Roubaix. He's started this 12 times.
Wow.
4 top 10s, and he's won before. Like we've seen with Matt Heyman and others, you can have a magical final Roubaix. So that would be really cool if Degenkolb was able to pull something together. Unlikely, but possible. Yves Lampart, Dylan Van Baarle, Jasper Stuyven, like we mentioned earlier, Mike Tunison. Those are kind of the veterans that'll be taking start. But a lot of young guys that have not done this race before or have only done it a couple times. I'll be looking at Soren Wernskjold for Uno X and Filippo Ganna for Ineos.
Yeah, and he's good value right now. Filippo Ganna too.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, looking at 2025's best team possible, you've got this is the statistically, this wasn't a team that was picked. This is just the best team possible. Van der Poel is on there. Van der Poel last year was only 800 credits at the time that this race was run. So
yeah,
he's 1,000 this year, right? So Pog and Pedersen, both 1,200 each. And then everything else is a cocktail of 200 and 400 credit riders. You've got a name like a Jonas Rutsch, who was 200 credits. You brought home 20 points. You have Stefan Bissiger, Marcus Hallgaard, Fred Wright, Lawrence Rex. They rounded out the best possible team. So, it's tricky. I think that you probably don't go too wrong with picking a Pedersen, Van der Poel based off of their consistency again. And coming home with points. I mean, you're gonna have to spend credits somewhere. They seem like relatively safe bets. Pog is on a mission this year. He is just incredibly committed, having a lot of fun and a lot of success. Success breeds success. Confidence is high. He hasn't seen anybody that can touch his level yet. He's just gotta get the, did he crash last year? I can't remember.
He crashed into that corner.
Yep. Van der Poel had a little tumble too, I think. They both had little incidents.
Yeah, it was a little more detrimental for Pogačar. But so he was looking great up until that point. Another point on Pogačar is we're like, can he ever win Milano-San Remo? And he already did that this season. So he's knocking off the never coulds. So you might as well do it all in one fell swoop, right?
Yeah. So I mean, I think once you get that out of the way, unless you want to kind of go a little bit outside the box, a lot of people last year took Ghana. 52% of riders took Ghana. Nils Paulett, 44% of people took him. I mean, he was such great value last year of how he was riding. lots of people taking Stuyven, Ballerini, Lawrence Rex. Van Aert is was missing from the best possible team. I can't remember where he placed last year. So I'm not going to get cute on this. I'm going to take Mads, Pog, and Van der Poel. It really just comes down to what you do with the rest of your money. I mean, if you can still get a rider, I got Ghana on my team. If you can still get a rider like Ghana who can time trial, who has a big engine, he doesn't necessarily have the handles for
he's got a couple,
this course.
He's gotten, was he 6th and 13th?
Yeah, he's done it before. He's shown he can place in the top 10 at 600 credits. That's pretty good. And so I like I said, I like taking a time trialist in a race like this. And then I've got some placeholders on here, but what about a Dan Houle?
Yep, I like that pick.
He finished 17th in 2025. He has ridden this race 4 times before, so this will be time number 5 for him. So growing in experience. I think experience is important.
Yeah.
A premium on this race. I put a premium on experience in this race to make it sound more buzzy.
So he was Dan Houle was 17th last year, and he was just 20th at Flanders.
He did well at Flanders. Florian Vermeersch, we've talked about him a bunch. I'm gonna take. I kind of copy Matt's strategy and taking both the Vermeersch cats. And I don't know who I'm going to take as my final. Oh, Tim Van Dijk. Because I think he's just riding really well. He's got an engine. He has finished in the points before in this race. In 2024, he got 16th, which got him 5 points. That's pretty good for a 200 credit rider. And then I haven't really chosen my 9th 200 credit rider. I'm going to wait until the start list is kind of finished.
Okay.
Who you got?
I'll say I haven't picked a full team yet. Just like you said, kind of placeholders because we don't have the full start list yet, which might fill out a few of your lower priced riders. I'm just going to talk about a few low end guys to consider.
And I think that's good because that's where you're going to win this thing.
Yeah. So I would highly recommend taking both Vermeersches. Florian has finished 2nd and 5th in this race before. Gianni has finished 6th, 11th, and 15th in this race before. A few other interesting ones of note. I don't think we've ever talked about this person before. Axel Huns, French rider for Groupama. He's 200 credits. He was 27th last year in his debut, and he was just 23rd at Flanders and 16th at Dwars, 12th at in Flanders Fields, 7th at Grand Prix de Denain, which is like kind of a baby Roubaix warm-up race. So that looks very intriguing to me if you're looking for a total wild card. I like the Dan Houle pick as well as the Van Dijk brothers. Really go with either of them. Tim's in better form right now, but Mick has done well in this one as well. John Degenkolb's only 200 credits, former winner if you're looking to turn back time. And Dylan Van Baarle would also be in that category as well, as won this race before. Somebody
DVB
that you're a huge fan of, Bastien Tronchon.
Yeah.
A French rider for Groupama as well, 200 credits. No crazy results yet this season, but it just takes one good day at Roubaix, so I'd look out for him. And then any of your like classic veterans, your Soren Krauw Anderson, or you don't like Ska?
Nah, he's been absent.
Yeah. He hasn't come through yet this season, but as soon as you diss him, he's going to finish top 10.
He's going to listen to this.
This podcast is going to be hate fuel for Soren Krauj Anderson. No, but he will be in service to Mads Pedersen too. So,
yep.
Yeah, a lot of good options at the 200 credit level.
A lot to choose from and a lot of chaos to sort it all out.
Yep.
Well, we'll report back next week and see how we did. It'll be wrapping up Holy Week. Hope everyone's been enjoying watching the racing, been enjoying the riding in Basque, and we'll check in with you next week. As I mentioned at the beginning, get your picks in for our this race is on our league, our media league. So get your picks in for this, and drop us a follow on the socials for more content there. And speak to you again next week.
See ya.